Hello, Untamed television fans. Thanks for joining us today. I am your host, Craig Bielig, just like the words say right there. And I am joined today by Judah Becker. Did I get that right, Judah?
You got it, yes.
Got that right, Judah Becker. And we're here to talk about something that you might not know a whole lot about, but Judah certainly does. And that's a tiny home. A tiny home, just like right behind us. Right? And this is actual size right here? This
no. A little bigger than that.
They're a little bigger than that.
About 300 square feet.
About 300 square feet. And a lot of you probably have seen these in the news. Maybe you watch some of the popular television programs. You know, there's a Tiny Home Nation.
It's
all
awesome.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
How did you get into doing this? Were you a dollhouse maker or something?
No, I had no intention to do this. I do come out of the construction background and started it when I was like 18 years old doing construction. But most of my work has been overseas in Asia, helping prospering the poor.
Yeah.
And I came here to Ogden about 3 years ago, and I saw that so many people can't afford a house, and they're decent, hard-working people. Maybe they have a job at McDonald's, maybe they're working minimum wage. Both couples are working. This so fits them, and so there's a number of nonprofit organizations that are going, we want to help support and prosper the poor.
Right, and we're going to get into that. We will chat about that, but I want to give our viewers a little bit of information to start with. First off, let's define a tiny home. I mean, I thought I lived in a tiny home when I first got married. You know, it was 1,800 square feet. That's not a tiny home, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
300 square feet, and what's amazing that in 300 to 600 square feet, that's our different sizes that we have, we can put everything. Bedroom, in fact, our 300 square foot home has a master bedroom and a child's bedroom. Has a bathroom, a kitchen.
I mean, seriously.
Seriously, it has everything.
Are the bedrooms in the oven or something?
No, they're up in the loft. You know, so
okay,
they're lofted bedrooms.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just amazing how much you can put in there. And of course, I kid people. We also have a gymnasium because there's a beam across the top that you can do pull-ups on.
Yeah, you've got your own workout room.
Right,
there.
you know,
See, folks, it's bigger than you thought.
You can do push-ups and you know, all your different little exercises right in the middle of the living room.
Yeah. I have a friend actually that owns a tiny home. I believe hers is about 400 square feet, something like that. And the first thing I think that people need to know is beyond tiny, these are also homes, right? They're not trailers. They're not fancy tents.
That's right. You take a look at the picture,
Yeah.
and you see it is a home, and it's a beautiful home, and we place them in beautiful environments, and that's really a part of it, is that we can have a safe, secure place for people to live, and we put them in a place where, you know, they can really enjoy it.
So a question someone might ask, not me, because I certainly wouldn't be this rude, but someone might say, well, what makes that different than just a shed? I mean, it looks like a shed, so what makes it different than a shed?
Well, first of all, it's bigger, and second of all, it has toilet and bathroom and shower and kitchen and everything that you need to be able to have a nice, abundant life.
It's a home.
It's a home.
Yeah, is it insulated?
It is insulated.
Insulated, okay,
Yeah.
because most sheds are not insulated.
Yeah,
at all.
that's a huge part. Good point. It has the finest electrical and plumbing and insulation and so forth like that, so that people really, you know, have a great place to live.
And you guys build these very, very well. I mean, like I say, these are homes. You have a construction background. Take a look at the screen right there. You can see that there's all the electrical work. I mean, this looks typically what you would see in the house they're building in your neighborhood. So these are all the code. They're all inspected, all of that sort of thing. It's not my tree house that I built when I was a kid,
Exactly.
you know, in 1974 or whatever. I hope the statute of limitations is up on that, because, boy, there were some serious violations there.
Yeah.
But these are legit homes.
Yeah, and the wonderful part about it is that there's not only nonprofits that are, you know, encouraging, supporting this, and you know, morally and ethically, but there's also the city of Ogden, which is going, this is what we want, this is what we need. As you go with your, you know, Untamed Ogden scenario, we're bringing something that people can really afford to move into.
Yeah.
And that, you know, to be able to go from renting to buying your home and then being able to later put on a beautiful piece of property. They already come on a wonderful piece of property, which is the donation that the nonprofits are doing, is they're donating their property.
Oh,
and
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so
that's
all you're doing is buying your own house.
So if you go out there and you rent a one-bedroom apartment, and I'm a little ignorant on this subject here in Ogden, but, I mean, you're going to pay $800, $900, $1,200 a month some
it's
places.
insane. And these are 500.
Really?
500 a month. 500 a month.
Really?
It's just insane how inexpensively we can get people moved into these.
Yeah. How do people like them? I mean, do they find that it's an adjustment, or do they just take right to it?
Well, actually, they find it better situated in the environment, that you're not in an apartment complex. They find it better situated in terms of how it's styled and the style of it. And they also see the environment that they're in, which is really important, is that you're in a place where there's peace. Where there's people that are close by that can help you with whatever you're going through, whatever you need, and so it's meeting a niche. And then, of course, carbon footprint, which is very popular today.
Sure, a lot of people are very concerned about that,
and rightfully so. And so, you're putting down a lower carbon footprint. These same buildings in Portland are going for $100,000. We're doing them for $35,000.
Wow!
And people can lease to own at $500 a month. It's insane.
Man, 35,000. I mean, the average vehicle that people buy nowadays is $35,000.
Exactly.
Wow. I wanted to touch back on that point of how you. I mean, why you're doing this, and the charities that are helping you, and all of those people. Let's kind of wrap that up into a package, if you will, because beyond building, you're also trying to. This is more than building a house.
Right. We need volunteers. We can't do it without it. And the people who are part of it are the same heart as me, is that we got to do something to help people get to the next level of prosperity. And so I've been doing this probably since I was like 3 years old. I just see people in need, and I meet the need. And that's my heart. I've gone 20 different countries, prospering the poor overseas, helping people find clean water and be able to have the things they need in their life, to be able just to take care of the children. Schooling, we've established so many schools and orphanages and rescued kids out of prostitution, and things like that. And we came home and went, we can do that here. We can do that here in Ogden. And so my heart is that that people have a chance. It's just it's so stupid that we don't help people. And I have talent that I've been given, abilities and gifting, and that's all it's all about, is how can I help somebody? And I stumbled into this and went, duh, I can make tiny homes. I can build these. I can get people together. I can help nonprofits to have a place for their people. I'll just give you one example. Maria, she was beat up by her husband that she was forced to marry. She was pregnant, and she knew she would lose the child if he kept beating her. So she had the courage to go out in her car and drive away. And now she has a 7-month-old child. She's been living in her car this entire time. And now she has a home,
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
This girl is working. She's trying to take care of her daughter. And we have a responsibility to make it so it's a beautiful place for her daughter. It's that simple.
Here. I know many of you out there watching feel exactly the same way. In fact, I'll bet there's people on the couch right now watching you and going, I want to do this. I want to get involved. How can I get? I mean, how could Craig get involved? I mean, I've got some tools. I own a hammer. In fact, I might own 2 hammers if I look around.
We have one gal. She's making the curtains for the tiny homes.
Really?
That's her thing, and I just go, oh.
I never thought about that. I mean, you need painters. You need people that know something about insulation, framing.
Electrical. And if you don't know, it only takes you a few minutes to learn. And that's the fun, is that we all kind of come together and go, well, I just suit up and show up. It's really that simple. It's amazing. I got one guy out there with a weed whacker going, we just need to cut down this grass so that we can get around this building and do what we need to do. And I went, go for it, man. It's amazing.
Every little bit helps.
You betcha.
Yeah. That's funny. I mean, you're sitting out there on the watching television, you're like, I can't help. I'm an interior decorator. Wrong. You can.
Come help.
You can help. You can make this place nice. So how can they help? How do they get involved?
Well, they get a hold of me at mercyhouseministry.org, or my phone number is 253-861-5715. Call me. We'll make an appointment. We're building every day, 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday. Come on out. Just suit up and show up and encourage somebody. Bring a sandwich. Whatever you do is a benefit. And, we want to be able to build one of these a week because the demand is that high.
Oh, I'm
it's
sure.
amazing.
It's beyond
amazing.
that, I'll
Oh,
bet.
it is. Oh, by far, yeah.
Right here
But,
in our own
At this
community.
time, that's all I can imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Let's say, yeah, one in a week, something like that. Screens, television screens, whether you're watching this on the computer or whatever, they can be a little cold, but if you cannot feel the warmth coming from this man, trust me right now, I'm sweating sitting next to this guy because he's emanating love, he's emanating kindness, he's emanating the human emotions that we sorely need more of, and you can help. You can help build one of these fabulous tiny homes. You can become involved any way you can think of. I mean, come over and empty the garbage or something like that.
And we need investors too. Is if you can afford to buy one and then rent it out, the return on investment, because you get the charitable tax deductible receipt, and then you also get your money paid back to you. So it's a beautiful deal. Yeah, the return on investment is huge.
I never heard of such a thing.
It's called charitable investing.
Really?
Yeah, and it's the IRS gave us this with Thomas Jefferson. That's how far back he said charitable organizations can do more than the government can,
Really?
which is really true. And so he said we want to make provisions for this. And so when the IRS was formed, they put that into their documents that we can actually do charitable investing into houses like this and things like this, and then we can get the money back, and we still get the tax deductible receipt.
Wow.
It's like, okay, cool,
It's
let's
a
do it.
win-win. Did you guys know that? I didn't even know that. I'm a little behind. Like say Thomas Jefferson put this together. So I'm 242 years behind or something like that. But
and our 401ks and our IRAs, they can all be turned into this without having any tax penalty. It's a great investment. We have a number of people that are doing it, and that's why we're able to do it for not 100,000, but for 35,000, because people are going, no, I want to do this, and they're getting 12-15% return on investment, which is huge.
That's interesting. Let's put that website up here one more time and remind people what that is. Tell them your phone number again. You guys got to meet Judah. I mean, seriously.
You can email,
best thing has happened to me today.
You can email me at judah@mercyhouseministry.org, or you can call me at 253-861-5715.
And by all means, do it.
861-5715. People are, they need time to write that down.
That's right. I'm always trying to think of the people that
Or
are watching this.
at my email there, judah@mercyhouseministry.org. Either one of those. Just get a hold of me. Let's work together. I'll find out what your gift, ability, talents are, and we'll just make it happen.
Wow, my pleasure.
Yeah.
I mean, really, this has been so good. I hope you guys have felt this too. And thank you for joining us here on Untamed Television. It is me, your host, Craig Bielig, Judah Becker, who is way more interesting than me. He should be hosting this show. Thank you, Judah.
Thank you.
Get yourself into a tiny home and help somebody else do it too. Not crowd surfing, Untamed TV. Never sure which show I'm on at any moment.
Untamed TV. Untamed.